Good morning. Abstinence, experience, strength, and hope from members of Overeaters Anonymous. This one is entitled Among Friends. I'm an independent woman. For 30 years before joining Overeaters Anonymous, I was convinced that if I had an idea and made up my mind to work toward it, I could achieve anything. College, marriage, a career in education, worldwide travel, and even a marathon were among the personal goals I had reached. Yet, I could not overcome the obsession with food, the progression of weekly binges and then daily, the weight that just kept climbing. Diets, acupuncture, water pills, fasting ad infinitum. Short periods of successful dieting were always followed by long periods of demoralizing behavior with food. I wanted a way out, but on my own, I couldn't see a solution. The AA 12 and 12 tells us that many who tried AA did not succeed because they could not make an admission of hopelessness. Fortunately, by the time I got to OA, I was without hope and had no sane thoughts or behaviors where food was concerned. I may not have known what worked or would work to free me from the obsession, but I was very clear on what didn't. Father Ed Dowling, a friend of AA in the early years, once said that if he were to get to heaven, it would be through no virtue of his own. He would find himself there simply as a result of backing out of hell. This describes my introduction to OA and abstinence perfectly. I was simply backing away from the hell of compulsive overeating. And as I abstained, worked the steps, and used the tools, I woke up one day to find myself in recovery. My abstinence was defined by what didn't work. Second helpings were out. If I knew that going back for more was an option, then halfway through the first helping, I would be thinking about the second one. After that, more was never enough. The foods that called to me were very clear in my mind. I knew which foods I needed to avoid within my 3 meals. And honesty continues to keep me from thinking that I can handle these foods after a certain period of abstinence. The hopelessness I felt nearly 7 years ago gave birth to new life, a life of recovery that goes beyond my wildest dreams. I'm still an independent woman, though now I have enough sense to know that I wasn't intended to journey alone. Each day I must walk with my higher power, and each of you, my lifelines of support in the journey without compulsive overeating. This comes from a member in Corona del Mar, California. Yep. Uh, can't do this alone. I've got to engage more thoroughly with my food sponsor. I've got to engage with the steps, the OA steps, with my sponsor. I got to check the mail and see if the OA step working guide has showed up. It should be it. It is likely here. I just got to go check the mail and start that process today. I've got time today to start that process and go to a meeting too. I'm really enjoying the 9 a.m. men's meeting, and it's virtual, and it's men across the country, and you know, I'm looking to develop relationships there. Yeah, that's it, and primarily to clarify my food plan. I understand abstinence completely. It is super simple. 3 moderate meals just for today, nothing in between. No meals while cleaning up, no meals while preparing, and no sampling of foods at work, right? When I'm on break, I go sit down and take a break and don't graze. No grazing at work. Um, that's it for right now. So I'm gonna continue doing my do today, and surrender. Thanks for letting me share.